Right, welcome to Monday. It's the 25th of May and it's turned out to be a cracking day again. More blue sky. If only there was a cloud up there. It's quite nice at the moment, there's the birds twittering around. It's only like 8:15. It's just a nice place to be down here. So at the moment we are looking at the boys' winter field. You might just see a yellow patch there of buttercups. I did go through the other day and spray that field, but I had about half a breath left and she ran out. I did have a slight problem that I broke one at spray nozzles, so just one of the tips was coming off, so I think the pressure was down on the boom section itself and just chucking out one nozzle. But that's only like 20 square metres of a 16-acre field, so ain't going to worry too much. So I was going to show you our hayfield, if you can call it that this year. Just wanted to give you an update because I know I put some manky grass onto this field and I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen with it. So I thought I'd come down and have a quick look at that. I've also sprayed this field at the same time I sprayed that field and a few other fields. You'll probably notice that my tram lines are quite close together. I don't know if I've explained this before, I've got a 12-metre boom, but I've got no field navigation or GPS or anything like that, so I do it old school. So hopefully you can see there's a set of tram lines down there and there's a set of tram lines just down here. I can't actually see the screen, so I'm having to do it. So they're actually 6 metres apart. So the idea is that you go full width of your boom that way, you get to the other end, you turn around, you come back this way full width of your boom, but your tip of this width of boom is on that tram line. For those that don't understand spraying, you can get a chemical rate and a water rate for a field, and you have to stick within these margins. And for the guys that do understand, I'm basically doubling up my water the same amount of chemical, so I basically double spray a whole field, which takes twice as long and twice as much water. But the benefit is, when it's a crop like this, a field like this, it's supposed to be a hay field, if you've got long grass in it, it does actually help to get into the bottom and get the weeds knocked off. So that's why my tram lines look quite close together. It's a bit of an old school technique, it's not the most accurate, but since I'm doing say 50 acres, it's not really worth spending 1200 or a couple of grand's worth for a navigation system. Nice, granted, because that field's a bugger because you can't see your tram lines very well. If you've got a bit of grass, you're alright. So this is what I've got so far. These are my docks. Looks like a fairly good kill rate on them, and they're still twisting and curling and doing all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. This isn't a systemic, this is I've forgotten the word of it now. Contact. But it's also basically it's a chemical that makes the plant think that it should grow really quick, so it basically outgrows itself, if that makes sense, so it destroys all the cells. So yeah, I've done alright with that. We have got this bare patch still. If you remember before, this was the patch that was full of water. There's also a patch just there as well. So this hasn't done much. The good thing about putting all this grass mulch down is young plants are actually coming through. There must have been quite a lot of seeds still in it. So that's quite good that it's boosted the grass population here a little bit. But this also shows how much we've got left in it. Now this is a bare patch. We do have a lot of voles and everything else that live in this grass that pull it to the ground. So if we go for a quick walk round, you'll probably actually see that there isn't much kicking around anymore. And the grass has covered it over, and hopefully it's taken it in. Unfortunately, we do have a few lumps on it, like that. Now, I know I did ask a question at the beginning if this was going to work, and most guys thought, yeah, it will. There was one chap who said, no, you're going to suffer with it. Well, yes, he was right, funnily enough, this year. There isn't much you can do. If you've been watching HS Agri, who else was it the other day? Oh, it's Farmer P. Farmer P as well was mentioning it, and I think it was a Funky Farmer as well, mentioned that they're all struggling to get the muck into the ground this year. We just haven't had any water. And just to show how little the water we've got, I'll take you over here. To be fair, the thicker it's on these headlands, basically where you start the muck spreader up, our barrel type, flail type muck spreader. So you generally do end up having a big deposit at the beginning, unless you're tramming on quite well. If you've got some forward momentum, it kind of chucks out a bit better. So what the plan will be is to at least take off the headlands for our horses, and the boss's daughter's just going to have to go through it and pull out the manky stuff, which isn't the best idea. But now this is our ditch. It is actually still a bit damp in the bottom, but this has usually got water sat in it, and the only bit of water that's in it is right down that far end. You can see that's where that little bridge is that I put in. Now this ditch runs all the way up there. The start point's right at the top end. In fact, it's where the boys' winter field starts. So the back of my barn, which is just through there. So it's pretty much got a mile of drainage to go into it. And this drains all this land down here. The Ings, well, both part of the Ings field, the boys' winter field, and the neighbours. There's actually a crest on the hill up there. So it does take quite an acreage, and that's how the water we've got in it at the moment. So yeah, sadly this is actually one of our better fields. Some places, yeah, it's not very good, but that was the wet spot, and you come into something that's a bit more like it, and yeah, I'm getting there. The boys' winter field has started, the seed heads have started coming up already on it. This is just starting to set as well. I don't know if I can see any down here at the moment. There we go. So yeah, it's just starting to get flower up. Which, if you don't know, means that's pretty much it. It's happy to seed itself. It's happy to give the next generation a try. I do have another field where we baled last year, which is a video where the manky bales came off, which is kind of, the seed heads are kind of waist height, so there's a bit more in here in that field. And say that one's got nothing on it to speak of. I've got another field of the same that's on a bit of a hill, it's got nothing on it, so we'll have to see what we can do. It's going to be tight up here this year, I think, boys and girls. Right, I'm going to leave it there, and I shall catch you later. Cheers. Bye.